Hello and welcome back to Midnight's R Plus training journal. In this video, I did my first session with Midnight, teaching him to touch a stationary target, which is the blue cone there. I actually bought a set of 4 blue cones so that I could use them specifically for stationary targets, and that way I can still use orange cones for other things without him trying to target them. The reason I haven't been posting much is because we haven't really been doing a lot of training lately because I've been treating Midnight for ulcers, unfortunately, but this is a video I took before that started, so I just figured I'd just post it and show what we were doing. So the behavior I'm trying to teach in this video is for Midnight to just touch the blue cone with his nose. Later on, we're going to move that on to standing at the blue cone and also walking towards the blue cone and touching it when I ask him to. But in this first session, I just wanted to teach him to touch the tip of the cone with his nose. So I started off with a little bit of hand targeting just to get him warmed up and his brain thinking about targeting. And now to start, I just held the cone in front of him. Since he's used to touching a handheld target with me, I figured it'd be easier if I just start holding the cone and asking him to touch it with his nose. And you can see he picked up on that pretty quickly. Here's the goat, coming to see what we're doing. So after a few repetitions with me holding the cone, I decided to place it down in front of him and see if he'll touch it with his nose while it's on the ground. And he did straight away, which was so good. I'm just asking him to back up a little bit there because he was getting a little bit close to the cone, and I had a feeling he might try to paw at it, so I backed him up a little bit just so that he'd be in a better position to touch it with his nose rather than pawing at it. So you can see he tried pawing at it to see if that's what will get him reinforcement. So I just picked up the cone again and showed it to him to show him that touching it with the nose is the behavior I want. Midnight has been reinforced in the past for pawing at certain objects like platforms. So I think that's why he decided to try pawing at it just to see if that would give him reinforcement. He does really seem to enjoy pawing at things. But you can see he's starting to figure out that what I'm asking him to do is touch the cone with his nose, and he's doing a really good job of that.
Yeah, good boy.
And then he did try to paw at it again just to see if that will work as well. And then when it didn't, he went back to booping it with his nose.
Yeah, good boy.
And here you can see he's starting to get a lot more deliberate about touching it with his nose, which I love. It's exactly what I want. So since he was doing so well, I decided to go to the other side and see how he would do there. In hindsight, it was kind of a bit too soon for me to raise my criteria like this since we were still just establishing the behavior. And as you can see, me walking to the other side got him a bit confused and he wasn't really sure what it was that I was asking him to do. So I'm just trying to redirect him back to the cone so I can reinforce him for touching it again. So you can see here, he's again getting kind of confused, and that's resulting in a bit of mugging behavior because he's not really sure what I'm wanting him to do, which was my mistake. I should have waited for the behavior to become a bit more solid before I started changing my position up and things, so that's my mistake.
Yes, good boy.
So again, he's not quite sure, and he's starting to get a bit frustrated because he isn't sure what I'm asking, because I'm suddenly now on the other side of him. I just asked him to back up a little bit here, just so he could get out of my space. And then I repositioned the cone in front of him again to try and set him up for success and show him that that's what I'm asking for. And you can see it's starting to click. He's realizing that we're still working on the cone thing, I'm just in a different position. And so I decided to end the session there on a positive note. Made a few mistakes in this session, that's to be expected. That's one of the reasons I like to film myself, is that I can see the mistakes I make and correct them for next time. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, as well as subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified every time I upload a video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!